Welcome to the batch 6, 21 ITP, 21 days of intensive meditation, 3 hours, 1 hour of book reading, and 15 minutes of alpha concepts. For the next 7 days, we are going to learn about a new concept. The concept of pressure. Today, we are going to learn about the first pressure, that is shifting your consciousness. Next 6 days, that is total of 7 days, we will learn about 7 different pressures. This is a very important concept. The first pressure is shifting your consciousness. Our consciousness stays all the time, either in the body level, that is the physical body level, or the emotional body level, or the mental body level, or the intuitional level. We have to check where our consciousness is all the time in a day when we are awake. We don't care about the dreams when we are sleeping. Nobody needs to decode any dream, whether it's a good dream or a bad dream. No dream, no need to decode. Most of our dreams are nothing but the junk coming out of our mind. So don't mind about it. If you're sleeping for 6 hours or 8 hours, forget what's happening in the sleep. What matters is when you are awake and when you do meditation. So the first pressure is shifting your consciousness. The whole world works with pressure. We know that. If there is no pressure, there is no results. Whether you have talent or whether you are budding talented person, whether you are active or lazy, pressure is the only element which will take you forward. We have pressure right from people who go to office. There is a timing, there is a traffic, and everybody who are parents, they have pressure to complete works before time so that they can send the kids to the school. In the kitchen, we have pressure. In the office, we have deadlines, we have pressure. In every phone, there is alarm, which is nothing but a pressure. And apart from all of these, there is a lot of pressure building in everybody. So we live in time, in the physical body, which is visible, but what is not visible is the pressure. So what are we going to do? We are anyway living with it. We have to shift our consciousness using the same pressures. Every personality is different. Every person is different. If you look at yourself, you will be either focusing on these 4 things. Either you are a person who is too much bothered about your physical body. How am I looking? How is my makeup? Am I slim or fat? What is happening to my body? You are too much worried, too much focused only at the body level. How much money I have, about the food, about the sex. You are only limited to the physical consciousness. It is needed, but if you are dwelling in that for too much of time, in the hours you are awake. I have lived with all kinds of people. I have spoken to lakhs of people. So there are only 4 categories. The first category of people who are only body conscious. When I go back to my hometown, The moment my cousins see me, many of my cousins, the first thing they will ask is, hey, your hair is reduced. Hey, you got white hair. Hey, you have become tall. You have become thin. You have become fat. They only speak about the physical body because they are living in the physical conscious. It is what they reflect outside. And I generally don't respond to such questions. There's nothing wrong in it, but if you don't plan to shift your consciousness, you will be stuck there forever and ever and ever. For people who are too much worried about the physical body, your beauty, whether you are slim or fat, whether you have money, whether you have fame, name, you have to shift your consciousness to the second level. That is the emotional level, emotional body. Only for the people who are too much bothered, too much worried, too much focused, that is the consciousness in the physical body, they have to shift to the second step, that is emotional body. You have to do a self-check. How is my emotions? How am I with others? How am I feeling comfortable in the group or individual? If I go to the stage, what is my feelings? If I meet a new person, what is my feelings? If I meet a old person, what is my feeling? What kind of resistance I have? So you must add some pressure to move from physical consciousness to the emotional conscious. Then your soul will grow. You must stop worrying about physical and you must start thinking about your emotions. That is emotional body. In simple words, your feelings. Start focusing more on the feelings. My mother is always worried about her feelings and what others think about her. If the physical body has a disease, it may be because of two reasons. Either your mind has created it or your karma has created it. For both, the solution is meditation. If you do meditation, if your mind gets corrected, the diseases anyway vanish. And for the karma to go, knowledge is the only way. And that is also happens only through meditation. So not worrying. The physical body, if it has any problem, the soul is never worried. But the problem happens when you are dwelling too much into thoughts, mental worries. So people who are stuck in the physical conscious, they have to move towards the emotional conscious. For certain people who always gets upset very easily, they get frozen for hours and sometimes days, some weeks, frozen emotions. They don't flow. They're like hardcore. So those frozen emotions will not allow them to express, will not allow them to be in this moment. They will be lost somewhere. They will be lost in the emotions. The moment such people see others, they will always remember in past what pain this person has given to us. That's it. They will be hanging there forever and ever. Or even if they meet a new person, they are still worried what problems he will create, what pains he will create. There is a trust factor. Because of one pain you had in the past, you will start disbelieving everybody. So you don't connect with anybody and your emotions will drag you down. But people who are stuck in the physical conscious, only thinking about food, sex, money, how they look. They have to start working on their emotions. One step. But if you are a person who says, no, I am not worried about physical, only little, but I am dwelling more in my emotions, how do I resolve? How you resolve your emotions is simple. You need to just step up. People who are stuck too much in the emotions, they have to move towards their mental body. You should ignore your emotions and start seeing how your thoughts are, how your mind is. Is it pure? Or are you living a dual life? Or are you living a real life or no? If there is negative thoughts, convert it into positive. If there is positive thoughts, convert into miraculous thinking. And when you are in do more meditation so that your mind comes under your control. So people who are already in the second conscious, they have to add some pressure to move towards the mind. That is the mental body. People who are in the physical conscious, they don't care about their emotions, others' emotions, or any thoughts. They're only worried about their needs, others, what is in the house, the money, the name, fame. But there are people I have seen, they're stuck with the emotions and they are lost always. They never smile. Because the kind of emotions, the frozen emotions they have, the worry will drag them down every day, bit by bit. But if you are already moved to the third, where some body care you are taking, good. Emotions, yes, you are able to understand your emotions, you respect other emotions, but you have problem with the mind, thoughts. How are you going to resolve? For people who are already in the mental plane, they have to start moving towards the intuitional plane. You should start looking into spirituality, meditation. I'm very sure everybody here is already in the third or in the fourth. Otherwise, you won't join here. It's impossible to come here. Or they may come here and say, oh no, this is not my right place. They will leave. There's always a drop at the end of the course. I always see the pattern. People who are already in the mind level, they want to move to the soul level. Don't try to resolve. In whichever level you are, don't try to resolve anything. Just step up so that the bottom things are taken care of. If you start focusing on your soul growth, if you start focusing on your intellect, reading the right books, listening to the great lectures, meditating a lot, sharing your experiences, your mind is automatically taken care. If your mind is automatically taken care, your emotions are automatically taken care. If your emotions are automatically taken care, the physical body is automatically taken care. Because the higher the step you are, all the bottoms are taken care. That is how we step up. But if you are a physically oriented person, don't try to directly get into spirituality. You can at least do meditation, that's it. But you have to slowly shift. It may happen in 21 days, but you must add pressure to shift your consciousness. Only you can add. But how? You have to commit yourself. I have committed many times. Once I committed 5 seasons, that is 41 into 5, 205 days without a break. I did every day 3 sessions. That has given light, that has given way for many people to come into the path of spirituality. If you don't commit to yourself, nobody can help you. Pressure is good, but too much pressure is bad. Every day we read 45 minutes of book reading is good. This is essential. 15 minutes of speech is enough, but 3 hours of meditation is needed. Because the real transformation comes in meditation. But if we go and say, whole 12 hours night we are meditating, this is too much. It will add unnecessary pressures, not only in you, in your family life. And the next day, the whole day is gone. For people who wants to go to Himalayas and do 24 hours, no problem. But people who are in samsara, they have to balance everything. People ask me, all 31 days, why don't you put? I'll only do for 21 days. Rest 9, 10 or 11 days. Do whatever you want. Balance things. So that these 21 days is for your sadhana. The examination happens only 2 weeks in a year, the main examination. For that, the students read the books the whole year. So the 10 days gap what I give is an examination period. It will allow people to see how much transformation they got in the physical, mental, emotional or soul level. If there is no gap, you are continuously swimming. Only if you halt, you will know where you are, how much you have achieved, and how much far you need to journey. The self-analysis takes time. There's a science behind everything we do here. Thank you, my dear friends. Today we have done the first section of the pressure. That is pressure of shifting your consciousness from the body to the emotional level to the mind, that is thought level to the soul, that is intuitional level. You have to always step up, and only you can add pressure to it. Only then you evolve. It is time, my dear friends.